Live. Hello, hello. We are going to go live real quick. Me and Los are thinking, and we just wanted to make sure that we were able to answer a lot of the questions. So what we're going to do this time, we're just going to go all English, and then we'll have the Spanish subtitles at the bottom so that people will be able to follow us and understand. So we do appreciate people for coming out and watching. So the first thing that we want to talk about, and we spoke about earlier, is the registration. And the registration process is when you give us your information, and that information, it consists of, if you're in the Dominican Republic, it's your cellular. If you're in the U.S., it could be your passport, driver license, any ID that's accepted in the U.S., worldwide, rather, for identification. We take that, and then that's how we verify your identification. And we have to do that to go against what they call like the anti-money laundering list, blacklist, also something they call the politically exposed persons list, like if you're in politics, things like that. So we have to verify that you are not on any of these lists. So once we do that and verify your identification, then you're able to access the app. So once you access the app, there's a couple of things that people generally do. The main two functions is sending and receiving money. Those are the main two functions. So sending money is the process of selecting someone that's on the application. You would just go to, I'm going to actually bring it here. So once you have the app open, I'll bring this up front so you can kind of see. Okay, so it's right here. So you have the app open, and you see you have the send cash, request cash, withdraw, and then you have pay bills. You also have the chat, add contacts, and you also have what we have down here, which is payment settings and options. So when you are sending money, it's simple. You just hit the button, and all of your contacts come up that are either on the app or that you can invite to the app. Once you do that, let's say, for instance, I'm going to just pick someone to say, okay, we go here. So what comes up is you have how much are you going to send them? I'm going to say for whatever, $25. Now what happens is, if the other person's currency is Dominican pesos, Colombian peso, Canadian dollar, the app is going to automatically convert that. So if you can see this, the app is going to automatically convert the rate. So I'm going to send to the receiver's wallet. And so this is how it would work. I'm here. Oh, do it this way. I'm here. I'm going to pay with my wallet. I'm going to hit proceed. And when I hit this button, gracias. That's it. So what happens is, as soon as I hit that and I hear gracias, then that person has received the money. So they hear Jubielee. And so that's just how easy it is for that to happen. It's just very simple, very straightforward. Another thing that we offer and that the app does is you can actually request money from people. They say, just request it from me. So we hit the button to request, as you can see. And so the first thing it asks me, it asks, how much do you want to request? And so I'm going to say, I'm going to request $30. Los is here, so I'm going to actually request it from him. I'm going to tell him to deny so you can hear how that sounds. Most of the time, people don't hear the denial sound. They just hear it. So it asks for why you want to get the money. I'm going to say test, right? So that's it. I'm going to ask for money. It's a test. So this is what I'm asking for, and I'm going to select test. So now I'm going to select the contact. Now here's where we are a little different than other people, other services rather. We have a button on here called the Jubielee. If you look at this, Jubielee. So what that is, if I didn't want to just ask my man Los for $30, to help me real quick, and I was like, man, I don't want to just ask Los for $30. I would hit this button. It will turn blue. Now, what that allows me to do is, now I don't just have to ask Los for $30. I can go through all of my contacts and I can say, okay, I want Los to lend me, if he would. There he is right there. I want Los, hey man, can you give me $15? So I hit 15. I asked him for 15. You might not be able to see it, but I did. So I'm going to hit the blue button. So I just asked him for 15, so he would get that. So then I would go to another friend and say, I got my guy Kevin in there, Kevin Hawkins. And so I'm going to say, hey, Kev, I need $15. So once I hit the $15 from him, now I've got the $30. And so what will happen is I'm going to actually send the request now. And so both of those guys, watch this. Hold on. I'm going to let you hear it.
Su solicitud de ayuda ha sido enviada.
So they just said that, my request for help is en route. So now that's something that nobody else offers. I can split the request up. So if I need to borrow $100, instead of me asking instead of me asking one person for $100, I can ask 10 people to just lend me $10. And I don't have to make 10 phone calls and hear people say, no, I don't have it. And it's okay, well, you got 30, you got 12, no. So I just do it like that. And people can either say I got it or I don't. They hit the button. If they give it to you, it goes right to your wallet. So that's how you request cash. Again, everybody else doesn't have it that way. But we want to make it easy for you to be able to do that. So withdraw money. Let's say I want to withdraw money from my wallet. It's very easy. I just hit the withdraw button. Let me see if I put this right here. You can see it. Withdraw button right there. Withdraw. I'm going to hit the withdraw button. And so now it's going to say, okay, what do you really want to do? I said, I want to withdraw money. And then it's going to ask me how much. I'm going to put, let's say I need to get $200 and I want to transfer it to my bank account. If you can see, I have the two different banks set up right here, Santa Cruz and BHD. So I'm going to send it to my Santa Cruz. I hit submit.
Su transferencia bancaria ha comenzado.
So now that's in processing. So now with that being in processing, the only thing that I wait for now is I just wait for the platform to catch up. So that's the easy way you can start to send money and withdraw money right out of the bank account. Another thing is, like, if we wait just a few minutes, once it starts to process, you begin to hear the alerts, and that just kind of lets you know that your transfer is going to. Wait a minute, did you hear that? I'll do it again. Listen.
Jubielee está procesando su transacción. Gracias.
So now that transaction is actually being processed. And so the one thing I want is I need to hit a Jubielee. That's when that means it's been deposited into my account. That's it. So as you can see, that has been deposited into my account, and that's how you withdraw it. So whether I am in the Dominican Republic, whether I am in United States, it doesn't matter. If I have money on my wallet, I can deposit it right into my bank account in the U.S. or the Dominican Republic. Now, in the U.S., it's a little different. It's another step. But in the Dominican Republic, it's a lot easier and a lot faster because, again, that was our initial flow from, U.S. to Dominican Republic, bank accounts, things like that. The next thing I want to talk about is, the chat. It's just a simple chat program. You have your chat, you have all your contacts, and you just chit chat and talk, and you can do phone calls and things like that. Like you want to make a phone call, you just make the phone call. Let's see. So that's kind of self-explanatory. Let's see, payment settings. So here's the thing that we want people to know. So the payment settings, if you look on here, this is when you add a bank account. We are holding on adding the bank account for the to pay out of your bank account. We've got a couple of things that we want to make sure that is very secure, because imagine if someone had access to your routing number, bank account number, and then they're trying to get money out of your account. That's just not, just not the way we want things to be. So we're working on that end. So next week, hopefully next week or so, we may open that option. But for now, we do have I'll show you here, we do have the credit card. So I have a couple of my cards that I can pay from on here, if you can see. And it's secure. We only have the last four. Now, if you look, there's also other ways to pay. Google Pay, Apple Pay, Zelle, and PayPal. Now, I will say this. For us, the Zelle is something that definitely nobody else offers because Zelle is an international, I mean, it's not an international application. So what we've been able to do is to work our system so that you can utilize Zelle. So if you are sending Zelle and you want to send somebody Zelle and they say, well, we don't accept Zelle, or I can't really send the Zelle out of the country, we have it worked in our app where you can. So that's something that people really, if they really want to utilize that, they can use that. So that's the payment settings. And then in the options, we have a couple of, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 options. The first option is update profile. And in update the profile, this is when you want to update and you need to say, I want to change my my currency to a different currency. So let's just say if you are in the Dominican Republic and you want to make sure that you're paying people the exact amount, you would just change your currency. As you can see, I'll show it here. You'll change your currency. This button right here, let's see, you'll change your currency. Let me see right here. Well, you'll change your currency to DOP. And so that way you'll be transferring in the Dominican peso. So if somebody needs 1,237 Dominican pesos, you don't have to try to convert it. You just send it to them, and the app will automatically take the dollar amount from you, exact amount. So let's see. Also, people have asked if they could change their phone numbers. Currently, if you need to change your phone number, you have to reach out to us to change your phone number. And let me tell you why. Sorry about that. So if we verified your phone number and your email, then if you change your phone number, we have to verify that number is yours as well, because we wouldn't want anybody to accidentally or not accidentally get into your account, change the phone number. Now they have access and control of your account. So we have to do that internally to change your phone number because, again, these things, phone number, email, they have to be verified so that we can stay in compliance. Let's see. We have add money to the wallet, select language. Currently, we only have the 2 languages, Spanish and English, that you can have the app in. Soon we'll have more languages, but those are the 2 that we have for now. You can also look at your send and receive totals, and you can see, my lifetime of what I've sent over here. So this, you get a chance to see all of what you've sent. Let's see what else we have. Another thing that we do have, sorry about that. Another thing that we do have is they call app lock. So with the app lock, what this is, it's right there. You probably, okay, there we go, app lock. So with the app lock, if you put the app lock on, it enables the security. It enables the security so that now when you get into Jubielee, you have to use, you can use your phone, your fingerprint, and you don't have to go through you don't have to go through getting an OTP code. You just, whether you use your face, use a code, use a a position, whatever. So that will happen when you turn on the security. So I'm going to turn this back off. Okay. And then finally, let's see, I think that is probably that's all the functions I think that we went through on the first show. So I just wanted to do that. This show has been 15 minutes. We got about 30 seconds left. Anything I missed, Lo, for the first
levels? Explain the levels.
Okay, so Los wants me to explain the levels. So here's something that we do, again, that nobody else does. So if you are using the Jubielee app and you're sending people money, what happens is, I'm going to pull up the levels right here. If you see them, I think I figured out if you get it close. So if you see the levels, so these are my levels right here. So now if I click on this, it'll show you my level. So right now I have 34 transactions, and it shows like what it takes for me to get to the next level. I've qualified for the gold, and if I do 435 more transactions, I'll be qualified for the platinum, and that happens actually faster. So if you look here, it shows you what you get for the different levels. So let me say that in plain English. Thanks, Losa, for bringing that up. In plain layman's terms, the more you use the app, the cheaper it gets for you. So if I send $100 and the cost to send that for the Jubie level is $105.99. For the gold level, that might be $105.29. For the, let's see, Jubie, gold, platinum. For the platinum, that might be $104.79. For the diamond, that may be $104.09. And then for the Beverly, the ultimate, that may be $103 flat, something like that, or $103.49. And so you have gold, platinum, no, Jubie, gold, platinum, diamond, and Beverly. And you say, well, what the heck is Beverly? Beverly is actually, that's my mother's name. So just to let you know, the app is named after my mom. She was Aunt Jubie. My cousin's here. Aunt Jubie. So that's the origin of the name. Jubielee is named after my mom. She was Aunt Jubie. So it's Jubielee. So the top level that you can get to, Beverly, that's my mom's first name. So my mom's first name is higher than the, you have gold. I mean, Jubie is the bottom level. Jubie, gold, platinum, diamond, and then Beverly. When you do Beverly, you are getting, I think, 49% discount. And the reason that 49 is important, and not and just sharing with everyone. My mom passed away at the age of 49, and so for me, that number has always been just, it's just been, it's just been one of those numbers where you just, I don't like that number, So, in just remembering that my mom got me started on all of this in terms of being an entrepreneur and just what we're doing here. I just use that number as like motivation and guidance and just to keep me grounded. So that's the origin behind that. So listen, we have the different levels. Oh, now that's not for the sender. If you are receiving money, so let's just say you get money from 3 other services. If you receive in pesos, if you receive 1,000 pesos today, you're going to receive 1,000 pesos tomorrow, and you're going to receive 1,000 pesos until it's over, until you stop. But with us, the more you use it, or the more you receive money on the platform, the more you get. So you may get 1,000 pesos today, but once you graduate or get a higher level, it might be 1,050 pesos. Then you go up, it might be 1,100 pesos. You work your way all the way up to the Beverly level. Instead of getting the 1,000 pesos, it might be 1,300 pesos. I'm just trying to, that don't quote me on that, but it's, that's how it works. So the more you send, the less it costs. The more you receive, the more you receive. So the more that you have people send you money on the app, the more money that you will get in the exchange rate. So just little things that we added like that. So I do appreciate Los for bringing that out, because again, we explained it really, really well, and people will be able to understand it. So listen, I thought it was going to be 15 minutes. It looked like we're going to go to 20 minutes. I want to thank everyone that will watch this video. You can reach out to us several different ways. I wonder if I can add the email at the bottom or whatnot, but definitely download the app, share the app, like this video,
and subscribe.
because we're going to be giving away giveaways to our subscribers. We spoke on that earlier in the show. We gave away some money today, and if you see the other show, they got in the chat and said they got it, the money in 3 or 4 seconds, and then they had the opportunity to send it wherever they want. And I think they sent it to their bank account, and now they, almost 1,000 pesos for just watching the show. So thank you again. It is now 5:19. So we're gonna on the day is what, Friday, February the 8th. No, November the 8th. Yes. So it's November the 8th. And another highlight, I want to end on this. We want to thank everyone for joining the app. We have reached 800 members, 800 users. And so our goal is to try to reach 1,000 users before the new year. We want 200 more people to join the app. That's a big goal, but we're going to try for it, And if you share the app, let people know that, it's working. If you have any issues, work with us. We do know that one of the issues were people who are adding their debit cards. Oh, got the card. You told me to talk about the card. So people who are adding their debit cards. So let me do this. I'm going to show you something. So here's something I want you to understand. This is a Visa debit card. Banco Popular. This is a Visa check card. This is Chase Bank. These are debit cards. So what happens with debit cards is that sometimes people see the Visa logo and they say, okay, I'm using it as a credit card. But for our application, you have to say that this is a debit card, because debit cards are actually processed a little differently than, let's say, a credit card. This is a credit card, So my credit card, I would say, and have as a credit card. My debit cards, I would have as a debit card. Now, if I register my debit card as a credit card, it's going to say it didn't get authenticated, because a credit card and a debit card gets authenticated differently. So that's one of the reasons why people who have had issues, they just, they don't click the button. So if you have that, you get that error, you say, well, it's not working. It's because you need to make sure that the credit card was not added as a debit card, and the debit card is not added as a credit card. But one credit card that we want to talk about is the Jubielee card. I had it upside down. So the Jubielee card. Right now, if you don't have a bank account, or you want to be safe with your other credit cards, or you don't like to use your debit card when you're out of the country, or you just like to, have another form of payment, we have our Jubielee card right here. And I'm going to put this in the group where you can go click on the link and get a Jubielee card that can be used all over the world. We just came back from Colombia. We use it in Colombia. We've used it in the United States. We've used it in the Dominican Republic. We're supposed to go to, I think, either Costa Rica or Honduras or El Salvador. I'm not sure which one of those that we're going to, but going to each one of these places, we'll be able to use the card. So you can apply for the card. And here's the thing. It's a prepaid credit card. So you can transfer, when people transfer money to you or send money to you, it can go immediate to the card and you can use it immediately. As a matter of fact, I'll play a small video that hold on. Let me see if I can play this video. Wait, do we have anything in the chat? Somebody may have a question in the chat. I'm not sure. Live chat. Let me see. Okay. But if you have any questions really quick in the chat, just ask, and then I'll be able to answer it. But what I want to try to do is let me play a quick video if I can. Again, we are just learning, how to navigate. We're just learning how to navigate this. This is our second show. And so, we're just really here trying to learn this and to bring you good content, just to let people know, hey, here's what we're doing. So just to recap, this is what we spoke about. We talked about the app. We talked about, number one, why you have to register and give that information. It's because this is a real deal financial application that we have to follow certain guidelines from the government's anti-money laundering, blacklisted, politically exposed persons list. So these are things that we have to do. Now, here's the difference. When you use other services, and sometimes people get blocked, it's because everyone has a limit that you have to adhere to. So let's just say the limit is $3,000. Well, other services will let you come on, spend $3,000, and then after the $3,000 or after you hit the limit, they start asking you like, "Hey, where do you work? You know, what's your grandmother's middle name? Give us a picture of, you know, when you were 9." They start asking you all types of information and things like that. But what we do, we verify your identity before you even get started on the platform. Now, what happens is a lot of people who don't want to give their information, they just won't sign up on our platform. But you can have the assurance that everyone that signs up on our platform, they have been vetted 100%. So if you're sending to someone, no matter what you're doing, you know that they were vetted as well. So as you're being vetted, they're vetted. So we don't have to say when you hit 1,000 or 2,000, we don't have to ask you any more questions. That's one of the reasons why people like the app is we don't have to ask you any questions because you've already verified your identity. And so that's the thing. What else did we? We talked about sending money, requesting money, and you can go back in the video and see how easy and fast it is to send money and to request money. We talked about all the options. We talked about the levels, the different levels. Los brought me up on that. So you have the different levels when you're sending. You have the different levels. Los, help me. We have the
Jubie,
the gold,
the gold, the platinum,
the diamond, and the Beverly. So those are the levels. So now, how does this work? The more you send, the less you pay. So you get discounts. So if you for instance sending $100, and I said this, and let's say it costs you $104.99. If you're Jubie, it may cost you $104.29. If you're gold, it may cost you $103.99. If you're diamond, it may cost you $103 and I don't know 49 cents. If you are platinum, well, I think I'm the numbers,
Okay.
but I'm saying, but the lower amount is going to be $103, $102.99 if you're Beverly. And the Beverly, again, is named after my mom, which this whole app is named after my mom. So once you reach the Beverly level, you're basically really getting it at cost. And that means a lot. I say this, if you're working with a service and you are giving them your hard-earned money to send back and forth and you're helping people, I say this, I say that you should get a discount. You know, they should be able to do that for you, just to show their loyalty to you as you are showing your loyalty to them. I think a lot of people come to our service initially because they need to use it because they've been blocked from other services. But we try to, show them that this is something that we want to do. Yes. So for Ferdinand says we're back again. So yes, I'm doing it in Spanish. In English now because my Spanish is horrible. And so we'll have Spanish subtitles below. So people who speak Spanish will get an opportunity to maybe understand exactly what I'm trying to say. But yeah, we're back. And this is the English version. And we're just doing a recap. I really, really enjoy this. This is, again, the second show. And so we're going to do more shows to go. We're not only going to highlight what we're doing with the app because we've got, let's see, a couple of things. We've got our tap and pay service that's coming where you simply have the app open and someone says, hey, I want to pay you. They don't have to have the app. They just have to go in and tap the phone and, you can see, tap it, and then it's going to pay. I have that. Los, do you know how to load videos on this? Let me see. Let me see. It says you can share your screen. I am going to see if I can share. No, I was trying to see if you can load a video here. Again, I don't know exactly. engage with your audience. I don't want to start a poll. I don't want to start a Q&A. I want to load a video. I want to play a video. But I don't know how at this particular moment. Let me see. I don't know how. Oh, well, I don't have access. All right, so I won't play the video, but I wanted to. But anyway, I do want to appreciate everybody for stopping by. And again, like and subscribe and share, because again, we are going to not just talk about the app. We're going to talk about this journey. Like there'll be days where I'll just go all the way back to how this was started and how different people and different things happened to get us to this point, and then introducing you all to people who have been helping and that are behind the scenes, that, you may hear their name, but now you'll be able to kind of get an idea, like who's doing this. Listen, I'll be honest, this isn't easy. This is not an industry that anybody can just jump into, because you've got to understand we have 800 users right now. Not everybody uses it, but we would love, more people to use the app. But we've got to earn that. So we understand that it's just not overnight. We have to earn your trust. And I do want to thank, I think we have some people who have since the beginning. So I'd like to give a shout out to the two people that are there right now. Ferdinand, he came, and I think he's going to be one of the winners from the last show. I'm not sure, but definitely want to thank everyone for coming out and staying with us. And if you're on here and you want to chat or something really quick, say your name. I can give you a quick shout before we're out. Everybody knows Los is in the house, and I could tell you a little quick story about Los. I owe this brother a lot, because I'll be honest with you, he believed in the app back in November of 2022. Was it 22? November of 2022. Darn it, Los, I should have brought you on. You could have told your story. But again, when people trust you, and I was like, one of our first users, I think, what number user are you? You are like,
You told me to.
I told you, was it the fifth user? Which one was it? The fifth user?
In the top 10.
Okay, I'm gonna show you. Los is in the top 10 or the first 10, right? So when I say the first 10, I'm talking about the first people that downloaded and trusted the app. I think I said 6 or something. I'm gonna look that up while I'm on, Los, because I wanna hold on. I want to go to the users right now, and let's see. Los, you are number. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're number 7. So listen to what I'm telling you, people. He's number 7. Number 7. So Ferdinand, I wonder. I'm going to find out what number he is, because he has actually been working it as well. Wow. So Ferdinand, he says this app is revolutionary. It saves people time and makes it easy to receive and send money at the top at a tap of distance. Or no. I appreciate that, guys. Listen, the ultimate goal was to create something that benefited other people, and I saw a lot of things that I wanted to change from other services, and I always use myself as an example. I remember someone asked me to send them some money for assistance And at the time, there was only Western Union. I didn't know any better. So I sent the money, and it was for food, and it was for my goddaughter. And so when her mother went to get the money, they told her that she couldn't get it because that was an issue. I had spelled the name wrong or something. You know, Dominicans have 47 names. You don't know the first last name from the last first name. I don't know. I got confused. I was just like, whatever. And so they wouldn't allow her to pick it up. And I said, well, what am I supposed to do? And they said, well, you can send it again. Hello. They told me I could send it again. So send it again. What do you mean? Are you going to give me the other money back? They said, no. That'll be what? How many days? What, 5? How many days, Los? 5 to 7 days?
5 to 7 days.
Yeah, they'll give you that in 5 to 7 days. And I'm saying, but she's at the grocery store, you know? And so if anybody, you know, that's listening that ran into that issue, and let me say this. I know a lot of people, they will say, well, why do you do this? Why do you know, listen, not everybody that is either asking for money or sending money, you know, they're doing it for some other reason. You know, my history with the Dominican Republic, you have to know, I was married in 1992. So 1992 is, and my ex-wife was Dominican. So that's when I was introduced to the Dominican culture. So I've had friends for 25, 30 years, you know, like I've had friends since I was in my 20s that are Dominican, you know? So this is not something for me that I don't have a history. It's like, you know, this is, you know, I live in the Dominican Republic, you know, I live here. So it was not, you know, people have to understand that people send and receive for various reasons. So let me say, darn it, Los, where was I at? Where was I going? What was I saying? I got caught up. I got caught up in what I was trying to say.
We were just basically talking about the difference between Western Union.
Yes. Okay. So what ended up happening, right? Well, Western Union, they said, wait. Now, thankfully, I was able to send it again because I had it. But what if you didn't have it to send again? And now you have someone that's at the grocery store with no money to get back, and it would have been a mess. And so a lot of people have a lot of stress around sending money, because, you know, it's just a lot of stress involved because other people are depending on you, whether you have your wife, your family, friends, people are depending, and so you just feel stressed. So just like Ferdinand said, you know, when you send it, it's there. Now we do have sometimes on the weekends, you know, it might get a little slow, but slow is, I mean, we're not talking about days. We're talking people expect it in minutes. And sometimes if it takes 15, 20, 25 minutes, it's like, what's going on with the app? You know, so that's a good thing that people expect it to happen. You know, they expect that if they're in the Dominican Republic or the United States or no matter, they expect that when they send the money with Jubielee, it's going to happen fast. Like, hold on, let's do this. Los, you have your phone up?
Yes, sir.
All right, so listen, this is going to be real time. So what you should hear when I send the money, he should get it. So now watch this. I'm going to come here. I'm going to hit send money. And I'm going to select, hold on, here we go. Let's see, 917. There we go. So I'm going to send low. He has it in Dominican pesos. So if I send this, watch this. Okay, so I'm going to send this. You will hear, and we'll talk about what you hear in a second. You got your volume on? Okay, so watch this. You're going to hear me send it, and you're going to hear him receive it. Hold on, let me see if you come a little closer, Lo, so you can hear. Okay, so this is Lo's phone. So you're going to hear me send it, and then you're going to hear him receive it. So here we go. Okay, here we go. Gracias. That's how fast he got it. That's it. It's when I send it, they get it. When you send it, they get it. There's no, did you get it? And so the reason why we have those sounds, Jubilee, of course, because the person that's
Lo
receiving it.
lamento. Tu petición fue negada.
Oh yeah, he didn't send me my money. I requested money from Los during the other show, and he just turned me down. See, now I'm sad because he turned me down. But no, that's cool. You heard it right there. But so I say that to say you get the money quickly. Darn it, Los, we said we were going to do 30 minutes, man. We're 40 minutes. Listen.
We can talk about this all
yeah, we can talk about this all day. But what I'm telling you is that we're going to do more shows. And again, we're not just going to be talking about the app itself. We're going to be talking about this journey because you guys have the opportunity to see us as we are just growing. You can see us right now. Like I said, I'm talking to Los. He's user number 7. He's user number 7. We have 800 people on the app right now. Not everyone uses the app. People download it, say they'll use it maybe later, this, that, the other. But we have 800 people on the app right now. And so we just want to keep growing. We want people to see that, that we are, in this for the long haul. So you guys will be able to see us grow, the good, the not so good. So that's what we're doing. We're looking to share this entire experience. And in speaking of sharing the experience, we have a program called it's Jubielee, the 360 program. And what this is we are looking to partner with users, anyone that would like to help us build up the app. So what happens is, for people who want to understand, just business in general, you have, of course, you have your cost. Then you have, the cost of goods sold, and then you have the profit after that. So what we want to do is we want people to assist us and to become partners with us. Not like multi-level marketing, but no, we're talking about referring people that use other services. Hey, try this service out. See if you like this service. And for that, we want to then put them into the system where we're going to split the profits. So what we're looking to do is to get about 200 people max. And our goal is to get about 700 people on the app. And this isn't over the course of a year or whenever, however we do it. And then for that, we would be able to split the amount. But if you're interested, you'll see that this would be like referring 10 people. And there's money in money, so I just want to be clear. There's money in money. So for us, it's like, and this is me in general, I'm not, and I've never been the type of person where I feel like I just need to have everything for myself. So if I have an opportunity to work with other people and they can have a way that they can make some money legitimately by helping other people learn about a service that helps them or that could help them, especially with the Jubie card, be sure to look in the group, and I'll post that link. I'll post a link, but click on this link and go ahead and get the Jubie card, because again, it's a prepaid Visa that can be used anywhere in the world. It's safe and secure on the app. I'll mention other names. It's like people have the Cash App card, people have the PayPal card, people have all those cards. We have our card as well. And it's with going through US Bank. So it's a legitimate card with a legitimate big bank in the US. And listen, we may at this point be, not be as big as the other guys, but what we want to do is we want to give you big service. So again, man, listen, we've got people that have been on since we started. I do appreciate that. And I think other people will come on and see this stream a little bit later. So please like this, share this, and tell other people, hey, man, go and watch that and find out a little bit more about that Jubielee app. Because again, this is not just something that was started because, hey, I'm starting an app. This was something that I saw a problem and I wanted to solve it. I saw a lot of things that I did not like in transferring of money and just how people were treated, and I wanted to do a better job. So people know that they can reach out to us, like they can reach out to us and say, "Hey, I need you to help me do this," and that's just how we are. Um, so get in now, and I don't need anything. We're not asking you to do anything in terms of 1999. We're not asking you don't have to do any investing or anything like that. We're just asking you to share. I do appreciate the 2 likes that we have because we got 2 people, and they both liked it. And so we appreciate that. I appreciate it. And so again, I'm going to get more into the story behind Jubielee. I'm going to share with you a lot. I'm going to share this entire journey that started. Well, this part of the journey started in 2021. But listen, I'm going to take you guys all the way back to 1983. 1983. 1983. Yeah, I'm going to take you guys all the way back to when I first started my first business with my brothers and my mom. We were the candy lady, and we sold candy, and we sold it to kids before school, after school. And so I used to have to wake up before everyone got ready for school because I had to be prepared for all the kids to come there in the morning. And then once the last client left to go to school, then I had to get dressed, go to school really quick. And then after school, I had to run, which is why I got so fast in running. I had to run home, prepare for the kids that were going to come and buy snacks after school. This is when I was 12 years old. This is in the 6th grade. So from the 6th grade, I knew that this is what I loved. And so that's the life that I lived. I just knew that I wanted to just own things. So throughout my entire life, I've owned multiple businesses in different industries. And I've never had a 9 to 5. I've never had a job where like a real job. I've never had a real job. I did work in radio once, producing radio and television, but I was doing that for myself. I had a production company. So this is all that I know. And I hope to share with you more than just this app. I'm going to share with you the journey of this app. Again, you guys will see this real time. It's like a reality show, real time. Because what I want to do, and I'll say this on show number 2, I want to create a $1 billion company. I want to create a $1 billion company. A couple of months ago, what was it? When did I go to New York? Was it September?
It was September.
This September, I went to New York, and this is my first time saying this publicly, but I went to New York, and a company wanted to buy me out. They wanted to buy me out. And the offer was they wanted to do a share swap. And if you're not familiar with the share swap, a share swap is when I give them all of my shares, and then they own the company, and then they give me shares in their company. So they were going to give me, for my company, 1 million shares. Now, they're purported to go public in November of 2025. When I say go public, they're going to go public, or they say they're going to go public. And this is public on the stock exchange. When they go public, their stock was valued initially at $10 a share. This is a tech company. So immediately I would have had $10 million. Now, that type of stock can go up to 60, 70, $80 very fast. It's in an industry, in the food industry. Um, Food, it's dealing with food all over the world. So that could go up to 80, 90, $100 a share. Apple is what went to 1,000 and then it split and then it split again. And so if I would have sold out, they were, and I'll tell you the details. Not only were they, okay, my niece is on. My niece is on. Hey, Amari, I am doing a show where I was going to do for 25 minutes, but we're just talking about the history, and I'm talking about how I did not sell the company. And Amari, I didn't even tell you this. So, Amari, that's my niece. Matter of fact, she's getting her Jubie card. It's in her. I mean, it's Jubie card. It's her grandmother's. It's her grandmother's name. And one thing I told her is that when you get that Jubie card, you use that card, and you ain't never gonna have to worry about, does it have it on there? Because that's how we are about family. So definitely, I love you, niece. Tell your dad I'm on. And so, but let me tell you, so they offered me this, and so I could have made initially $10 million. And if the stock, and when the stock went up, I could have had anywhere 60, 70, $80 million. And on top of that, they wanted to pay me $25,000 a month to stay on as an employee. Now, remember, I told you I've never been an employee. So I was like, I'm telling you, I spoke about it with my brother. I spoke about it with his friends. And I was just trying to say, should I do this? Should I sell? And I called the guy Russ, Russ for Russ. And Russ is a gentleman that used to live here in the Dominican Republic. I said, yo, Russ, what's happening, man? This is what's happening. And so they flew me out to New York, first class, put on the show, and I was close. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was very close. I was so close that I had basically accepted that I was not going to own it. It's my mom's name. They were going to keep the name Jubielee for the app. But I was like $25,000 a month, flying on all these private planes back and forth. They were making me the president of Latin American sales. So I would be flying all around Latin America, promoting this app. And I'll show the contract. You saw that. I'll show you all the contract. I'll show you all the contract on my next show. But the one sticking point was that I had never been in a situation where I didn't have any kind of control, right? So I was like, man, can y'all move it a little bit? I said, okay, here's what we'll do. If I maintain 51% of my business until November of 2025, when you guys go public, and I sell you the remaining shares of my company one day before you go public. So that means I own it until you go public. When you go public, then I already know that that's $10 million to start, and it can go as high as whatever. Amar, like, subscribe. If you're in here with this, like, subscribe. No, do all that stuff. Like and do all of that. It's my first time telling people to like, subscribe, and do all of that stuff. So make sure you like the video. But anyway, there we go. She liked it. So with that, here's what I was thinking. I was thinking that if I sold the business, I need to be able to say that I did this, I made, millions of dollars. So that way my family and my friends, we could all move to do something else, because I don't just want money for me. I want to make sure that I build things for other people. And I want to say this real quick before I lose my point. Omari, you, Kadir, and that idea that he has, we're developing that. Tell him to just hang tight. That is an excellent idea. That's why we got the domain. I was with my niece when I was in the U.S. Last week or the week before last, and he had a, her boyfriend has a really, really good idea. And I'm like, man, I'm here to help. Because when I was younger, and I had all these ideas, he wanted to get into the vending machine. You know what, Amari? I'm sorry to switch gears here, everybody. Omari, I still have those vending machines. When I get off of this, I'm going to reach out, because I can turn that over and let him run that. The reason I don't run the vending machines is because I'm over here. I cannot buy snacks and put them in the schools, and I'm here. So I just never had anybody to run it. And the people that I did have to run it, they don't want to run it. And so we'll get to that. But anyway, I'm going to finish this part to say that in November of 2025, I could have had anywhere between 10, 80, who knows, millions of dollars. And at the end of the day, I turned it down because it just didn't feel right. Something didn't feel right about it. And the guy said, you're probably making the biggest mistake that you're going to ever make in your life. And I just said, if money was the biggest thing that I wanted in life, and if I didn't think I could make it on my own, I need you to understand that. If I didn't think that I could make 80 to 90 million dollars on my own with my app, then I would have said, yeah. But what he's offering and what he was offering me could be a great opportunity. But let me say this. What happens if they don't go public in November? Now I own 1 million shares of nothing. Just 1 million shares. And they have my company. They have what I've built. So that's the thing, that when people say things to you sometimes, and no, listen, it was a great business deal for them. If they could acquire what I've done, what I've built, without having to build it, because it's not easy. One thing that the gentleman said to me, and I promise you, we won't go past 60 minutes. Well, I won't promise. But one thing the guy told me, he said, and this made me think, he said, well, your app is not that hard to build. I could probably build it in 4 months. And I thought to myself after the meeting, because I didn't say it in the meeting, and because I wasn't thinking at the time, I was like, well, yeah, I guess you could build it in 4 months, But when I went back and replayed it in my mind, I said, you can build what I've built in 4 months, but you can't build what I've built in 4 months. So you can build an app in 4 months, but you can't build the community and build what I've built. You can't build that in 4 months. I've been doing this for 4 years. I got people that call me right now and they know, hey man, let me give you my credit card information and the PIN number, and please transfer this $1,000 to my mom.
Exactly.
That's trust. I've got people that send money to their wives, to their girlfriends, to their mother. And one thing that they know is that they're going to get it. I've got my guy, Kev, that sends money to his wife, and he knows that what needs to be paid is going to get paid. So I say that to say, you know, yes, you can build what I've built right on time, but you can't build what I've built, not in 4 months. So I turned it down. And you want to hear a funny story, Los?
Good.
So the funny story is that, you know, when the guy was telling me, you know, he doing everything around the world and this and that, which is great. All of a sudden now it's like he wants to come to the Dominican Republic and do what I'm doing. Wait a minute. You're supposed to be focusing on feeding the world. So why would you now come to where I'm at and try to do what I do? You know, because they're upset a little bit because I didn't just take their offer. You know, here's what I say, and I'll end on this. And thank you all for watching. You can pay me well, but you can't buy me. You can pay me well for what I do, but you can't buy me. No, I've been through too much, and I've been through way too much, you know, to just be bought. No, you can pay me well, but you're not going to be able to buy me. So I'll get ready to leave on that. Omari, thank you for coming on. Again, that's my niece. You guys see in the chat. And so I'll probably come on again on Wednesday of next week. And again, I'm going to take you guys on this journey. It's going to be learning about the app, but learning about the process as well. Again, if you're interested in working with me to help promote the app, I appreciate it. But not only do I appreciate it, I want you to be in on it. Not the multi-level marketing type stuff. No. We're not talking about you got to get 12 people to get 12 people. No, we're just getting people to use the app, and then that's how we want to share the profits in that. That's it. It's straightforward, you know. So sign up for the Jubie, for the card, with the link that's going to be in the room. And thank you guys. We went live. We're here in Puerto Plata, and be heading back to Santo Domingo probably in a little bit, Monday or so. But thank you guys for watching. Thank my niece. Thank Fernand. Thank everybody. And again, please like, share, and just know that, you know, if you have a dream, just go for it. You know, what I always say is I trust God, never quit. Trust God and never quit. Thank you guys so much, and definitely share this video. We'll be back next Wednesday.